So now I'm sitting here at my desk trying to put a charm bracelet together, and it is getting on my nerves. So this is a vlog about Lupus and me. I look short or whatever because my chair is sitting down low because Rhonda just got finished braiding my hair. And for those of you who don't know who Rhonda is my aide. She's my aide.
I love her.
I have an aide 7 days a week. And some of you don't know that. But I'm telling you. And the reason that I'm telling you is because sometimes things look one way, but they're another. I'm at a point in my life where I'm just really sick of Lupus. I wish Lupus would take a hike and never come back. But that ain't happening yet. So we'll see about that. But I'm sitting here putting her charm bracelet together. She got me working and I don't feel good.
Mm.
So, let me just tell you about the things that I experienced dealing with Lupus. I experienced depression. I just experienced sometimes anger. This is her thing. Sometimes I just don't feel like being bothered. These are her 3 bracelets that she forced me to make.
And I just love her.
Lupus is just not something I would wish on anybody. And at one point in my life, I used to question God and say, God, my mother had 13 children. Why am I the only one with Lupus? I never got an answer. Probably don't need an answer. But it's just something that I have to go through. And now I'm at the point that I believe that I could be an inspiration to people and let them know that, you know, with God, you can go through things. It might not be what you want to go through, but since you got to go through, just let God use it for His glory. I know that my life has been a testimony to people because when I used to do radio, people used to always say, oh, I love your voice. I love your voice. And then when I tell them I have lupus, they be like, no, you don't even sound like you have anything wrong with you. Your voice is great. Well, my voice don't have lupus. Every day for me is a struggle. The struggle is getting worse. And sometimes I think about my demise, when I'm going to die, how I'm going to die. But that's normal for people to think about stuff like that.
I do.
But I really think about it sometimes, and as my condition worsens, I think about it more. Because reality is, we all gonna die. We all gonna die unless Jesus come back in the next few days. We all gonna die. From something or for nothing. It's just your time to go. But dealing with lupus for me is becoming a struggle. The reason why I have an aide is because I need help. So it's hard for me to stand at the sink and do dishes. It's hard for me to vacuum. It's hard for me to sweep. I try to go outside and sweep my porch or my yard. It hurts me so bad when I try to do those things. It hurts now when I get in the shower. When I'm trying to get in the shower, it's like I have to make a real decision. Do I want to take a shower today or I don't? And most of the time, I'm getting to the point where I just don't feel like taking a shower anymore because it's too much work for me to shower myself. And somebody might say, oh, you don't look like you're going through. I don't have to look like I'm going through it. I am going through it. And it's embarrassing. So if you guys hear noise in the background, that's my phone. And I just want to say that dealing with lupus is not fun. I have so many symptoms that I deal with now that are really disturbing, to say the least. I have episodes of almost passing out, but not passing out. My head will fling to the side like that. I can't hold my head up at all. And the doctor calls, well, one thing that I have, the doctor calls ocular migraines, which means I have, right before I get a migraine, I have this aura that's in my eye, and it's like a zigzag making a shape of an arrowhead, and it goes from this eye to this eye, and just, until it goes away. Then usually I get a migraine behind that. And that doesn't usually happen too often unless I just don't take my medication. And sometimes I stop taking my medication because, of the side effects. And one of the side effects is it makes me sleepy. So if I don't take the medicine when I'm having that particular headache, then it'll go into a full-blown migraine. These incidents happen when I'm random. I could be sitting down, I could be laying down, I could be walking, I could be driving, I could be doing anything, and this actually happens to me. So with the ocular migraines, I can't see peripherally. I can't see anything on the side. And wherever the arrow is, I can't see. I can't look at anything that's in front of me. If it's here, I can't look at anything. If it's here, I can't look at anything over there. It comes here, same thing. So wherever the arrow goes, it blocks my vision, basically. Doctor says nothing they can do about that. So I'm learning to live with that. The scary part is that sometimes I'm driving and it happens. The last time I drove, it happened. I was 2 blocks from my house. So I was okay. And I've had it a few times when I've been out, but that's one of the things I deal with. Another thing I deal with is my bones being brittle. I have not had any broken bones, but I did speak to one of my doctors, and they said that my bones are brittle for being on steroids so long, and my bones could break any minute. Haven't had any broken bone issues, thank God. But I do have calcium deposits on my bones, aka crystals on my bones, in my hands, in my feet, and in my hips. And sometimes when I'm walking, my feet will just give out. They'll just give out. No warning, no nothing. My hip will be in severe pain. No warning, nothing. And I already had a hip replacement. And the doctor that did the hip replacement said I was going to need another hip replacement in 5 years. However, it's been 5 years already, and I don't need another hip replacement. Thank you, God. That was horrendous to have to go through that. Because I can't take narcotics, so Tylenol does not help that type of pain when you have a hip replacement. Ladies and gentlemen. So I'm trying to make this short because I need to make it short. But I just wanted to give y'all an update about what's going on with me, because I'm really, really fat now because I'm taking 20 milligrams of steroids and I'm blowed up. I look at my face and I'm like, girl, I never, ever dreamed that I would be this fat. But I am, so I got to deal with it. If you look at my eye, this bubble's been on my eye for years. Sometimes it just really, really looks worse than this. It doesn't irritate me most of the time, but sometimes it will. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes it's swollen. There have been incidents where it has bled, but not any type of major bleeding, just something I can dab a rag on it and get it off right quick. And people always look at me funny. Even doctors, when I go to the hospital, they say, what happened to your eye? I don't know. Have you seen anybody for it? Yeah, I've seen several doctors and nobody seems to know what it is. Had a biopsy. It's not cancerous, thank God. But one of my doctors, my rheumatologist, told me that he thinks He thinks I have sarcoidosis, the same thing that Bernie Mac had, because he said that's the only time they see these type of things is in sarcoid. And the same test they take for lupus, they take the test for sarcoid too. So he said he think I have sarcoidosis. So I'm not claiming it. Get out my face. I got enough going on. So that's what's going on with me. I do have a rollator. I do have a power wheelchair. And there are times when I go to the store, I cannot stand up. If I have to go to the post office, I cannot stand up. I have to take my rollator with me. If I would go somewhere, I just automatically put the rollator in the car because I didn't know if I was going to have to stand or whatever. But I try not to use it too much because it's embarrassing. I know I got to get over this pride, but I do use it because I cannot stand for any length of time without being in severe pain. I was in Walmart one day. Rhonda and I were in Walmart one day, and I was hurting so bad. I was in the line. I was leaning on a cart, but the cart wasn't really helping me, but I was hurting so bad I was crying in line because I try to be, cool about it and not let people see me crying because I don't want nobody walking up to me asking me, am I okay? I hate that. So I was just like this, wiping away my tears because I was hurting so bad. So that's one of the things that I'm going through. And when I tell you the pain is real, and it's severe. So that's some of the stuff I go through. But then I start crafting. Crafting makes me feel better most of the time. Of course, I pray. And I cry, and I pray, and I cry, and I pray, and I cry. But I know for a fact that if it hadn't been for God in my life, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here right now. But I thank God that I am. I thank God that He's God. And for whatever reason He's allowing me to go through this is a purpose. There's a purpose. So I'm saying all that to say to you, if you're going through something, trust God. Your problem might be worse than mine. And you might not want to hear me say trust God. Because I hate when people tell me that sometimes. Like, I am trusting God. That's why I'm still here. But for real, trust God. Don't let anybody diminish your feelings about how you feel about what's going on in your body. People will try to say, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Don't tell me how to feel. Number one, don't tell me how to feel. Because this is my body and you're not in it. And you don't know how I feel. I hate when people do that. Ooh. But anyway, find something to make you happy if you can. And I believe God with you like I'm believing for myself that we'll both be healed on this side. Okay, y'all. We'll talk. Peace.